Summer Talk, starring Andrew Mikowski and Cole Connell. It's time to party out under the summer sun. Summer Talk starts right now.
Summer Talk.
Good evening, I'm Andrew Mikowski.
And I'm Cole Connell.
Welcome to Summer Talk. Let's get into some social update. Demi Lovato is getting ready to release new music after a post on Instagram. The singer-songwriter teases a new album release. Just after the Cool for the Summer singer posted to Instagram with a picture of her new tattoo, which reads, "Me." Demi, who has been open about her struggles in the past, hopes to be transparent about her July 2018 overdose in her new album and remain me. Now, if you were to write an album, what would you write about and why?
I think I would write about the struggles of being a teen. Everyone has their own individual experience as a teenager. It's a big, life-changing, momentous time for you. And I feel like that's one way to get a very big emotion out as still a kid. You can express yourself.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think when we go through high school, there's a lot of transitional periods, including that freshman into sophomore year. Freshman year in general is a really, really tough and emotional time for a lot of people. We're moving on from middle school and we're coming into high school, which is a very big change. A lot of people are like, oh, it'll be nothing. And then you get to high school and you're like, whoa, what happened? There's a culture shock. Woo! It does happen, and I think that being able to tell your story through music with that, I think that would be a really, really solid album.
And you would have a lot of people who understand you, and you would be able to voice your own high school experience, because everyone's high school experience is different. Some kids are on the football team, some kids are in drama, some kids are doing nothing, some kids are just there to go to math club. Everyone's different.
Or some people are in every single activity. I mean, I know Brendan was in every single club. He was a part of iCare. He was a part of the drama club. He was a part of the tech crew. He was a part of this, X, Y, Z, P, D, Q. He was a part of everything. And I think that some people, yes, they're a part of one thing or two things or nothing, or they're a part of literally everything. So yeah, I definitely see that.
Yeah.
So I think that if I had to write an album, it would be about leaving high school, because I think leaving high school has been very, very hard for me. I graduated recently, and on the day of my graduation, I was very, very raw with my emotions. I didn't really know how really to feel and everything, and I felt very sad, and I felt like life was ripping something away from me. Like they're taking away something that was so happy, that I had some of my happiest moments, some of my saddest moments, some of my angriest moments. But all of that was so worthwhile and so life-living, and like, why do I need to leave that to move on in my life? And so I think I definitely would write an album about leaving, because it's so hard. If you're leaving high school, if you're leaving college, if you're leaving a career, if you're leaving something behind that brought you so much joy, I think that's hard in general. For a lot of people, it's very hard.
It's a very tough time, and a lot of your big emotions come in high school, and you don't want to leave that, but you have to face that roadblock of leaving to get on to your next area in life, which for you is college. That's your next step.
Yeah, and I'm very excited to move on and go to SUNY Fredonia and study secondary education, earth science, and chemistry. I'm very excited for that, and I'm excited for the journey ahead. But at the same time, it doesn't change the fact that I'm very sad that I'm leaving behind some of my closest friends from high school. I'm leaving behind some of the best teachers. I never wanted to say goodbye to Mrs. Weeks. I never wanted to say goodbye to Mrs. Audino. And of course, there's just people that make such a profound impact on your life that you just don't want to say goodbye to them.
Yeah.
So I think that it's just hard. So I think that I would definitely write an album about that to really showcase how I'm feeling, because I think you get some of the best music from that.
Yeah, your raw, pure you emotions.
Yeah, so
we're moving on to another culturally not so appropriate subject right now. Airport security. An African-American woman was recently in an airport where she was going through a TSA-approved security scanner, and the scanner went off. when she asked the officer why did the scanner go off, he said, "Your hair is too thick, ma'am." What do you think is the solution to this, and why would the scanner be?
Oh boy, I think that this is a really difficult question, but I also feel like it's not a difficult question. I'm very indecisive. He'll be the first one to tell you that.
Yeah.
But I think that one of the biggest things I think nowadays is that our country has come so far since our founding on being equal and showing equality.
Yeah. We've
And
come
I-
so far from the old days of just like white people ruling all, but now it's more everyone is equal. We all have our own. Everyone can
Yeah.
vote. It's very equal.
We've come a long way from slavery.
Yes.
Back, around the Civil War era. We've come a very long way from all of that, and I think that as a country, we need to continue to strive to be better. And I think that this was just insane to me that somebody would have this issue in an airport.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I think one of the solutions that I was thinking of was that maybe we need to have more diverse people testing out these machines.
Mhm.
Not just having white people go through the machines.
Yeah.
Not just having, African American people go through these machines, but having
Everyone.
Asian Americans,
Yes.
and every walk of life testing these machines.
Yes.
Because I think that then we can also start to not have there be any issues, in the airport security.
Yeah.
I mean,
Teach the machines to know equality exists here, and because machines are able to learn from what we put to them.
Yeah.
And so if we show the machine equality and everything, the machine will understand that.
yeah, exactly. And I think that, these machines, are just versions of ourselves that we're making what we want. And I think that, as a country, we don't want, these people to be feeling this way. We don't want people to feel like they're not equal or they're not worthy in our country. And I think that, one of the biggest things that has helped me kind of become more culturally aware and accepting of all of this is watching one of the shows that's on Fox. It's called The Real. And I think that the four women, it's hosted by Tamara Mori Housley, Jeannie Mai, Lonnie Love, and Adrienne Bailon Houghton. And I think one of the biggest messages for their show is realizing that there may be a lot that we have done in the past to make sure that there's more equality and everything, but showcasing the fact that it's not over.
We
The
still
fight,
got more to do.
there's still more to do to make sure that everything is equal. And I think that those women do just an outstanding job showcasing that, because I was one of those people that was like, there's nothing wrong in our country, there's no racism left in our country. And there really is still a lot that's going on. There's still a lot of police brutality. There's still a lot of these kinds of situations with, calling things out with African Americans, the way they wear their hair, in their braids or their twists or whatever they're wearing, or even wigs. People can't even go through security with their wigs on because it'll go off because there's pins in their hair. People should not have to bend to security. The security should bend to them. And I'm sorry, but that is my opinion. Actually, no, sorry, not sorry. So,
Yeah, that's very true and all, but I think that there still has to be regulations to some securities, especially in airport security after situations like 9/11 and such. That
Yes.
probably set it back a lot because they had to reinforce security times a billion, and that's why they check. So that's why wigs and stuff, because in theory you could hide something under your wig. In theory.
oh yeah, you could definitely.
Exactly. That's what they're looking for. They're not looking
Yeah,
for
but
everyone.
whoa, wait a minute. What is the likelihood of actually somebody hiding something under their wig?
You don't know. You can never be too sure.
I'm just saying, I'm not feeling it. I'm not. But anyways, that's all the time we have for Social Update today. But we would like to thank, acknowledge The Real, which is produced by Telepictures and Warner Brothers. If you'd like to watch it, it airs weekdays on Fox. We have to take a quick break, but we'll be right back with more of Summer Talk right after this. Tuesday on Summer Talk.
Social updates bringing in the heat.
And we've got Josh Mullen from Posh's Jodcast. You won't want to miss an all-new Summer Talk Tuesday. Welcome back to Summer Talk. Let's get into our second segment. Today, we're thinking about knowing your roots. Have you ever wondered what your name means? Well, we've come up with a list of America's top 10 names, and we've got the meanings or definitions, whatever you want to call them, for those names so that you can know your roots.
Liam is one of the most popular boy names in America, and it means a resolute protector.
Emma is also a common girl's name, and it means complete, whole, or universal. I think that's kind of sweet.
Yeah. The name Noah, it's a very smooth name. It's very comforting, as the name entails. The name means to comfort. It's very wholesome.
We know a very comforting Noah,
Yeah.
Mr. Noah Unser. He's going to be coming on the show later on in the season. Olivia is one of America's common girl names, and her name means olive tree. So never really knew that before. I know a lot of Olivias. I didn't really know that's what that meant. Yeah.
That's interesting.
That's what I was thinking.
William means resolute or brilliant. The Williams, I know, they're pretty smart.
Yeah, my
bright.
middle name is William, so I like to think that that's probably true. Ava, I know a few nice, very amazing Avas, and Ava means like a bird.
Very gentle. Yeah, very. I like that. Yeah. Like
We'll
that.
go with that. Okay.
James means supplanter, heel grabber.
What is a heel grabber? You know something? Somebody shout me out on. Isabella means beautiful, fair, lovely one. Most of the Isabellas I know are that. So we're gonna go with that.
Oliver means affectionate. I don't know anyone named Oliver, but that's interesting.
And Sophia, I have had my fair share of Sophias, and it means that they have a lot of wisdom, and I would happen to agree with that.
We'll be right back.
Wednesday on Summer Talk. In Social Update, we're bringing the heat with our entertainment and TV version of Social Update. Then, we've got summer's biggest game, 2 Truths and a Lie. Summer Talk, Wednesday. Thank you everyone for joining us on Summer Talk today. We would like to thank Babbel by Disney for providing the name definitions for today's segment of Know Your Roots. We would also like to thank everyone at home for watching, and we'll see you next time on
Summer Talk.